I'm sorry. I'm socially awkward. I've never figured out how to start a conversation. Like, literally. I've been editing the April video, and for a couple of months now, I think this year, I can't remember when, for a while now I've been doing just like monthly vlogs, just collecting together anything that I filmed for a month and mashing it all together, which was fine and I liked it. But now that I'm editing the April one, I'm like, this doesn't feel right, I'm not enjoying it. And now I have a hankering to do weekly vlogs again. But I probably won't do every week. It'll depend on how I'm feeling and what's going on and stuff. So yeah, that's what this is now, I think. I don't know. I always have these thoughts and feelings about what I'm going to do, and then it changes the next day anyway, so we'll see. But yeah, that's the thought that I've had. Yesterday we met up with Will's grandparents and we went to a Steam Sunday, I think it was called. It's an old railway, like it's not connected to the railway anymore, but they've kind of like preserving the buildings and some of the steam engines and stuff. It's like a heritage volunteer run charity thing. So good at explaining stuff. But anyway, we went to a place and we got to have a ride on a miniature train, which was incredible. I don't know anything about engines and trains and stuff, but I really always enjoy looking at them. We've always lived near a train line and I always just like having the trains nearby and stuff. It's really cool. And yeah, this miniature train, you can see the engine, it was so small. And then there were like 8 adults on this thing and it was just pulling us along, and I just think that's really cool. And it was nice to just sit on this little thing and get taken backwards and forwards along this little line. That was really nice. And then we had a look around. We like stopped for a hot drink and we had a look around the museum section, and there's a little secondhand bookshop. Like it's just a room with books in and then an honesty box. And yeah, we had a look in there, and we saw this book that had a really cool cover, but we didn't get it for some reason. We had restraint. But I think it was because it was volume 3 of a book and it just had a cool cover. We didn't really need the 3rd volume of something. And then I did get The Exorcist. Look at this cool, I think it's from 74, this edition, which is just really cool. The UK price of this book was 40p. I paid 50p for it, so not bad. And then we got to go on a steam engine. Kind of just went backwards and forwards along a piece of track that they have. And I don't think I've been on a steam train before. It was really cool. It's kind of stinky and loud. And rumbly. And it was nice. I really enjoyed it. And I love looking at all the old stuff. You could like just looking at all the layers of paint and how you can see the borders of things have been painted by hand with a brush, and getting to see all the like levers and turny bits. And like I said, I don't know anything about any of it, but I enjoy it a lot. It's really cool. So that's what we did yesterday, and it was cool and enjoyable and a nice time. And today Will is tattooing. and I have a couple of orders to pack, and then I'm not sure. I'm giving myself a day off today from job searching because it's a bank holiday Monday, so I feel like the Sunday yesterday and then today being a bank holiday Monday, there won't be a lot of jobs listed, so I can just catch up tomorrow. I gave myself the morning off to just kind of be restful, so I'm just going to potter about today. And yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to vlog on purpose again rather than filming random little bits and then shoving them all together at the end of the month. So we'll see. This little Egypt had just crawled into the middle of the pavement and then gone to sleep. Like he's all closed up. So I'm moving him because I don't want you to get trod on. Let's plop you in here. There you go. Oh my god, there's another one. That one looks empty, but I'll plop you over there. Hopefully that is an angle that makes you be able to see me. I kind of realised that how I had been recording everything I bought in a month in the monthly videos isn't a thing now, because I'm going to start doing weekly videos or like here and there videos, but I still want to record it, so I guess I'll just pop it in whenever I get something. But I figured I was going to need a new diary and a new sketchbook by the end of May, so I went into Flying Tiger and I got just a plain paper A5 book. I think this was £3.50, and then a A5 dot grid with pen holder. I think this is the same diary, just with a different cover to the one that I'm using now, and that was £5. So I got these. This is nothing special in terms of, I mean, it doesn't even call itself a sketchbook, it says it's just a notebook, but I wanted something just simple and cheap so that I could just fill it up and not care. And I think I like switching between. I think for a while I was like, oh, I need to find a sketchbook that I like, but I think I like using a different one each time and going backwards and forwards, so that sometimes you use really cheap crappy paper and sometimes you use nice fancy paper, and just mix it up. I think that's nice. So these are my purchases. I got them today in between. I had to go to the job centre and have a CBT appointment, and I got my books in between that. Those things are both difficult for me and I'm tired. So I think for the rest of this afternoon I'm just going to veg out. I think I might read a comic, might watch some YouTube or something, and I don't know, it doesn't even matter. I'm just going to like rest because I'm tired. I just had sorting out my hair and lunch break, and I had been working in my sketchbook and done a little bit of video editing in the morning, and I just want to finish off these little gooses, and then I really want to get that April vlog finished because we're already a week into May, or just over a week, so I want to get it done. I'm not that happy with it at the moment, so I'm like, I think it's taking me a while to edit because I'm like, oh, this is a bad video, but that's okay. I still want it to exist, so I'm gonna get that finished. After I colour in these gooses. Are white gooses like a wild animal, or are they a farmed thing that doesn't exist in real life? That's my question of the day. I feel like whenever I go out and see geese in the wild, they're not white geese. They must be like a farmed thing that we made up, right? Are white geese real? yesterday after my interview, I had my cry and panic that I have. I think it's just like a pressure build-up, like looking for jobs, applying for jobs, waiting to hear from things, booking an interview, waiting for the interview, doing the interview. Like every single stage of it is stressful, but I'm having to just get on with it. And then I think the pressure just builds and builds and builds, and then after an interview it's like a valve goes off and I get to let out all of the stress. So yeah, I calmed down after that and had a little afternoon of trying to just get back to normal. And then Will picked me up and we went on a bike ride, and we saw like a tower in the distance, and Will headed that way, and there was this amazing church ruin that was just a tower. Like all of the church building behind it was just gone. It was so surreal. It's almost like a film set where they like didn't need the back of it. If you're only going to look at it from one angle, it looks like I don't know, it was so weird, but it was really cool. Oh, that's so weird. And there was a little graveyard with lots of wildflowers, and we saw blue tits nesting in the tower, but like in between some of the flint, you wouldn't have known that there was a gap, let alone that then within there somewhere they've made a little nest. Oh, it's so amazing. That was a really cool little outing. And then we went to Tesco on the way back, and we got a book from the charity shelf, Wings by Terry Pratchett. So now I need to find the first two because it's the third one in the trilogy, but you can't not get a Terry Pratchett book. And yeah, so that was nice. A nice time to recalibrate myself yesterday. And then today I should be seeing my parents, and we're gonna go over to Red Wings. I'm not sure which one yet, but it looks nice and sunny, so it'll be nice to get out of the house. And also I have a package. Let's open this. I feel like I don't buy anything for months, and then I do all of my shopping in like a week. I have some ideas for some embroideries I want to make, so I got some fabric. This was listed as the end of rolls, so it's not like offcuts like scraps, but it's also not, like I got the feeling that they wouldn't normally sell this. It was sold as it might be a bit ratty, it might be slightly stained, kind of, yeah, end of the roll type stuff. Oh, it looks fine though. Give it an iron. It's calico. And it's nice big pieces. I only do little embroideries to like hang on a wall or something. So, and there's four of these. God, they don't look stained anywhere. They're just crinkly. This is perfect. I think it worked out at just like £1 a piece, so yes. don't know if I said. I got them on eBay. Did I tell you that? Maybe. I've told you now. So yeah, I'm going to potter about for a bit while I wait for my parents. And then I'm going to go see some horses. I am back from a lovely day out at Red Wings. Hang on, actually, I need to wash my face. Okay, I've washed my face and I've made myself a cup of tea. And yeah, Red Wings. We went to the one that I've not been to before. We went to a different site and it was just as lovely. We got there about lunchtime, so we stopped at the cafe and had some lunch. I had a piece of vegan caramel cake. It was like a chocolate sponge with caramel flavour. It was so good. And there were swifts flying all around. And we do sometimes get swifts flying up and down our road, but to me swifts have always been just silhouettes in the sky, just shapes. And there was just something about, I don't know if it was how low they were flying or the angle of the light or what, but it was the best I'd ever seen swifts. Like I could see the colour of them and their little body shapes, and oh, it was so nice. And then we walked around all the paddocks and said hello to as many horses and donkeys as we could and got to scratch some butts. It's so funny, they literally, like, every single horse that came over to us, you'd try to like say hello and maybe like scratch their forehead or something, and they'd be like, no, don't touch my face, and walk along a little bit and just be like, here's my butt, and then you'd scratch their butt and they'd stand there for ages just like, yeah, scratch my butt. It was so funny and just really nice. I was like, yeah, I'll scratch your butt, it's fine, I'm happy to do that. It was really nice and it was just a nice time. And there's also at this site they have a nature walk with some ponds, 2 really big ponds, and so we had a walk around there. The people at the desk, the person at the desk had warned us that there were some cygnets and that the daddy swan is a little bit aggressive at the moment, but we didn't see them. We didn't get to see the cygnets and we didn't see the angry swan dad, unfortunately. We did see their nest. It's huge and so woven, and just birds are amazing. How do they make that with their mouth? It's so cool. And yeah, we walked all around there and it hasn't rained in so long and everything is so dry, and somehow we managed to find the one soggy area of land, and I walked through it first, and the creature that I am, I was just like, oh no, it's really wet, and I just kind of like ran through it hoping to dodge the worst of it and failing. But then Mum and Dad like kind of followed me. Dad did a better job of it, but Mum ended up with muddy feet as well, and I got home and I showered my trainers. Now they're in the window, they're in a sunny window. Hopefully they will dry all right and they won't just go mouldy in the bottom. But so yeah, we got muddy feet, but other than that we scratched some horse butt and had a lovely time. Oh, also Mum did a donation to the sanctuary, and the price that she offered as a donation was the same price as if you wanted to sponsor a horse or donkey. So she got the sponsorship package and she sponsored, what were they called, Wiggin and Wacko. There's a pair of donkeys, and they gave her like an envelope with like an adoption certificate and a photo of them, and you get like the newsletter magazine, and it also had a bookmark that she gave to me because I read books. And she was like, you can have the bookmark. So I'm very pleased with my Wiggins and Wacko bookmark. So cute. And yeah, I've had a lovely time. I've had a very busy week. I'm feeling good. Some of it was stressful, but there's quite a lot of other bits. It was real nice. It was a real nice time. They also bought me some onion plants and some sweet corn plants. So I really hope that I manage to grow those sweet corns, because that would be so cool. I'm gonna have to go out and clear some space, which always worries me. I love sowing seeds and planting seeds and watching them grow. And then when they get to the stage where you have to plant them out into the ground, I get so scared, because every time I clear any space in the garden, a cat comes over and just digs there and uses it as a toilet. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to plant these plants and be really excited about it, and then a cat's going to ruin it. But I will try anyway, because you've got to at least try. So yeah. I've had a nice day. I've had a nice week. It's been nice.